Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a finished sketchbook that I'm going to share with you today. It is a Pentalic Aqua journal, and for those of you who have maybe tried it or haven't heard of it or were curious about it, this is my #1 watercolor sketchbook of all time. I like it better than the Moleskine one. I definitely like it better than Mossery's paper. This is my ride or die, my holy grail. I have a second one lined up for painting now that this is finished. They come in different sizes. They're a little bit expensive, but I find that the paper quality on both sides is just the best. I've never run into sizing problems with the paper. Sometimes if the paper isn't quite as good, the sizing will resist in certain areas. But this one doesn't do that, never has done that. It's my favorite. So I'll explain some of the stickers on the front here, and also, sorry about my nails. I hate it when people apologize for their nails, but like mine are like, you know, they're just vibing. They're reflecting my mental health situation. Yeah, they're doing what they feel like doing, and they won't come off. I tried cleaning them, it won't come off. So anyway, these stickers are by a friend of mine, Erin Naverty. The Cold Fire is a watercolor medieval comic that you can check out. I have all of the editions, and he sells them on Etsy and on his website. This sticker is by my ex-coworker. I miss her very much, Kristen Roper. Nice holographic Spinosaurus. This is a sticker from the tattoo studio I go to in Calgary, Alberta. It's Hemlock. So if you're looking for a female-owned and operated, incredibly respectful studio, Hemlock is the best, and I feel like I'm friends with everybody there when maybe I'm only friends with like 1.5 of them. So, but they're awesome. This sticker's by me. And on the back here, this sticker that's totally awesome is by my partner, Finnegan Matthews. It's a techno cat. It's the best. So let's get in here. It was started on August 8th and finished on January 25th, which is a bit of a long time for a sketchbook of this size for me. But what can I say? It was mostly 2020. 2021 isn't much better yet. This first page here is done using my... Gee, what is my brand name? My Natural Formation paints. So this was a test of some iron oxide and then some mixes of the coal black and the Badlands brick pink. And this side here is more of the coal black, and then this blue, I don't remember which blue that's from, but anyway, the black is my own formula, my Cretaceous coal black, one of my favorite blacks ever. And for those of you wishing for an update on the Natural Formation paints, I've been a little bit delayed. I found that the last batch didn't dry quite the way that I wanted to, and I think it's to do with the weather. Even though we have dry winters here in Alberta, they're cold, and anywhere that I dry my paint is colder than usual. Whereas when I was drying it in the summer in the sun, it worked a lot better. So I'm sort of holding off on that for now in order to give myself lots and lots of time to let the paint dry for the next update. As well, I've been having some tendon issues in my arms, and that just doesn't agree with grinding pigments, so I am taking it easy for now, but the paints will come back. This is not a forever thing. This is just a healing thing. This was painted with some of Julia Callan's paints, which I love. I really love this piece, and it's really long, and I haven't figured out like what to do with it. Maybe it would make like a cool bookmark, but I'd have to format that properly and like print it properly and stuff. So I'll think about it. I love how his face came out though, like that. I love it. I love this piece. I love it. I think it's really good. This one here is my study of a Rosa Bonheur painting, which you can see the time lapse of on this channel. And a couple more little dragons in my coal black paint. On this side, more dragons in my own paint. This is the coal black and the Badlands brick pink, which sometimes is a little more of an orange. It just depends which brick I'm using. And then this is a study of an Edwin Landseer painting, The Monarch of the Glen, which is one of my favorites. I love that painting. I sort of put it in the same realm as the Megaloceros painting by Charles R. Knight, if you know that one too. They're very similar, sort of like pastel rainbowy stag paintings, and I just love them. This is the page that I did using my White Nights watercolors, and this is now available as a desktop background or a mobile background if you're part of the Pebble or Stone tier on my Patreon, and there's a link to my Patreon in the description below. Here are some horses and chickens, and a little farmer and some gargoyles. I made patterns out of these. That I then uploaded as part of a brand collab, and I really like the patterns that I made. This one I'll turn, oh, I just knocked the camera. A really, really loose painting of some poppies in like a beer glass, but they wilted really fast. And anyway, I think this painting took like 5 minutes, and it sure looks like it, doesn't it? These are some tests for my bentonite buff paint. Sort of the first try of it, and I like that paint as well. And these are actually the little icons for my Patreon tiers. There's gonna be a few more tiers in the future, like bigger, better tiers when I get more into the groove of it, and when I determine that I have time enough to see to more labor-intensive tiers. We'll see. The Patreon, I'm not going to put like too much effort into because obviously I already have a full-time job. I already freelance. I'm busy, but I think it's really smart to have some financial flexibility and financial diversity, especially as an artist and especially in strange COVID times. Here's a painting of a duck. I hope you like it. And then over here, a few more tests with my fossil duo, which is the Cretaceous Coal Black and the Bentonite Buff together, which I think just has a really nice look to it. This piece here was done using the VBW Studio Paints in her Yarmouth palette. I think she's from Ontario, so she's another Canadian paint maker. And these paints are really beautiful. I especially love the Mars Violet. That's a very like merry color. Merry color. Here are some rune stones that I painted, and I quite like these. I used to paint a lot of these. It was really relaxing to me. And then a few little hearts here. I think this was for Bi Visibility Day, but then I wasn't happy with how they came out. They were like too sploogey. I don't know. And this was also the day I got another palette from Yulia Kalin, and this is the note she wrote me, and I kept it because it was so cute. So this is her Dimma palette, which I used to make this griffin, and I love the color Ingrid, which is this goldenrod color. It's so creamy, it's so nice. This is the first picture I painted of my cat after we adopted her. We've had her since September 29th, and it's been going great. She's so nice. Right now she is locked in the bedroom with my boyfriend so that she can't get on my desk. She's being a bit of a gremlin. Here's another piece done with the Badlands brick pink that I make, and you can see this one has quite a lot of atypical granulation. Honestly, it really depends what brick I get, and it changes quite a lot. So they're very inconsistent paints, but I think that's why I think they're unique, and they're not like anything else on the market, of course, because I'm sourcing my own pigments myself, grabbing them out of the Badlands. This is another palette that I bought, Beam Paints, who is an indigenous paint maker here in Canada. Her company got a collab, well, not a collab, they got a deal with Indigo. So their paints were sold on Indigo's website, which is huge. Indigo is sort of the Barnes and Noble of Canada. It's like the big book chain, but they sell lifestyle products as well. So I was able to order through Indigo, which helps Beam Paints keep their contract with Indigo, basically, like showing that people want these paints and are buying them. And they're really nice. They're super soft. Like all of these colors are super, super soft. Like I have this Violet Earth, which is very like the Mars Violet from VBW. Where did I put that? But you see this one's a lot more pigmented on the first go, whereas this one needed a little more coaxing. So they're very soft colors. They're for something soft like this. They're not really hardcore colors. Here is some fall foliage that I painted. And another sort of dragony fellow. I love painting these. I can paint them straight out of my head with no sketch at this point, and it's relaxing and rewarding and reminds me that I do know what I'm doing, even if, you know, I'm having a bad day. Here is a painting I did as a demo for the importance of underpaintings in my recent tutorial, and this is actually the January Patreon sticker. I've started doing stickers. I'm printing them myself and cutting them out myself, like very old school. They are different material than the stickers I have on my Etsy. My Etsy shop has waterproof indoor-outdoor vinyl stickers, but for Patreon I'm testing out doing them at home, so they're not indoor-outdoor. They are they're indoor only really stickers, and they're not waterproof, so I suggest putting them on sketchbooks or laptops or things that aren't going to get wet. But depending on how many patrons we get for that tier, eventually I'd like to move up to vinyl stickers for those as well. It's just a budgeting thing. And here are the other demos for my underpainting tutorial, which you can find on my channel. And then some doodles. I really like how these turned out. I did a lot of stuff like this in art school actually, and used it as assets for my graphic design. So I would take these in and use them as textures for book covers or for, you know, stationery or whatever it was I was designing for class. And it's just very like stream of consciousness type painting, and it was fun to do those. And then I applied that technique to a dragon, which is featured in the Patreon wallpaper for January. So if you sign up, all of the wallpapers that you can download are available always. So you'll be able to get everything from the September to the January wallpaper. And I want to do printables as well, like to-do lists and things for your planners and what have you. So if you want to join my Patreon, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see, you can join the conversation over there. Here's a painting of a deer. Nice little deer running around. And then I finished the sketchbook off by doing some work with my Arteza water-soluble brush pens, and then using some water with it as well. So I just used the black and just the water brush. I'm not very good with these. I always squish out too much water, but I gave it a try, and if you'd like to pick these up, my Arteza affiliate link is in the description below. But yeah, just my cat Mina. She was sitting on my laptop. She loves to sit there, even though I got her a bed for my desk. Cats. And then a little sort of dragon fella. And finishing it off with another dragon just the other day on January 25th, 2021. And usually in these back pockets I keep like tickets or like movie ticket stubs or whatever of when I ever go to things, but obviously I haven't gone to anything. I have one ticket in here, and that's because I went to a yarn fair on Saturday on my way home, and it was good. It was set up like a shop, so everybody was wearing masks, everybody was sanitizing before touching any of the squishy yarn, and I felt very safe, and I got myself some treats, and that's literally the only like neat thing I've done recently. I hope we'll be able to go places soon, but more than that, I hope that we'll get the pandemic under control and people will not have to be so terrifyingly sick anymore. That's really what we need to happen. My desire to get out of my town a little bit more is not very important. So I hope you enjoyed this sketchbook tour. I apologize for being a little bit absent lately. I'm working on a freelance contract with a deadline literally this weekend. So the day this goes up is my deadline day, and yeah, that's been fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. Bye!